Let me do this.
Yep.
Let me turn around. This
Okay.
is pointing. Hi, my name is Marvin Tate. I'm a multidisciplinary artist from Chicago, and I originally from the North Lawndale community. I create, well, I engage in writing poetry, combining poetry with spoken word, music, and improvisation, and performance art. So they all turns into performance art at some point, labels. I've had a great few years of, actually a great career making art and combining, collaborations and tours and stuff like that. And you make a circle in life. You make a circle in life, right? This year, this is what year? This is 2022. Great year. I'm busy. I've been busy since January of this year, and I have a New Year's Eve gig. This past summer, I had the privilege of working with Theater Y on a 10-week play based in North Lawndale, based on the life of George Johnson, a 19th century black man who was the first ever recording artist, early recording industry. It was a treat to return back to North Lawndale in that fashion. I played that character, and it was based. I had right to play also, so it was based on, if you can imagine this, his life and my life as a modern African American, and his life as a person from the late 19th century. Great time, and it involved walking people into the neighborhood and using the neighborhood as a stage. The people were the audience, and for instance, we would go to this playground that was in the neighborhood. We would reenact, we would act out there, and we would walk to Douglas Park. We walked to all these different scenarios, but it engaged community. I always worked in the communities as an educator, as an artist. It was important for me to bring back something to the community. That 10-week play helped me do that, and helped me realize that as I continue to grow as an artist, 40 years, so the fourth decade of me doing stuff, was that as I continue to grow, it's always been about community. How can I empower my community, the community that I grew up, the community that's torn, that has the reputation of being a hellhole? I think art can change that. I think what I have to give as an artist, you should have saw the play. The play was like, kids would come and they were, unruly. They would come and they'd be like just mesmerized by the play, and they would join us on this walk, learning. That's what was at the soul of North Lawndale. We were touching kids every weekend. Kids would come and engage in this play. How can we help? How can we pass out popcorn? Could we be an usher? Could we hold Mr. Marvin's uniform? That's what I'm talking about, community. I want to, and as I get older, as I continue to grow as an artist, I want to plant myself in North Lawndale with the ammo of me being a multidisciplinary artist, and create create a lifeline, a place where kids can come, adults, young adults, and flourish in the arts. I've always had the reputation of being an artist on the edge. And that's what I bring. I want something to revolutionize art in North Lawndale. I want to have a place I dream of having a place where people can come and see art that's challenged, art that's involved critical thinking. You don't have that on the west side like that, where a person can gather and come and see a play or hear some music that's not of the mainstream. Can you imagine having experimental gospel on the west side? What does that sound like? Well, it sounds like this. It sounds like having a small storefront church and the people that I have surrounded myself with in the past 40 years, artists who have pushed the envelope, come together to create something beautiful, something that's unheard, something that builds bridges, something that continue to ask questions, something that's not settled, that's ready to just, this is what it is. Because it's not what it is. It's always changing. And that's what I want art to reflect on the west side. Something that people can come to and expect. Build a culture that's like can pull people from the north side, pull people from the south side, the suburbs, to come to North Lawndale. This is my neighborhood. I'm always dreaming of a neighborhood having an abundance of art, having a place, a coffee shop where it had art flowing, Coltrane or that Coleman flowing out the windows. I want that type of existence as I continue to grow. I've traveled in various countries doing what I do. I've proven myself. It's time to give that back, to build something, to build legacies. I want that. I want that in North Lawndale, to start the conversation. I may not end it, but I can start the conversation. Put the spirits there together and let that exist, so someone knows that is a possibility in North Lawndale, that type of aesthetic can exist in a place that was just burdened by shame.